All right, what we're doing now is going into the CDOM address to load our CM template. And we'll log in as admin, and our password will be admin01. And here's what is actually currently installed here on System Platform. We're going to click on Virtual Machine Management, Solution Template. Here's where we can actually manage our templates. We're going to click on CD DVD. You'll see there's other options here. I could download software or templates from PLDS, another HTTP server. So we're going to click on this drive here. We're going to click Search. And here's our available CM templates. The one we're going to use for this demonstration is CM Simplex. So we'll click on CM Simplex. You'll see it's bolded. We'll click Select. EPW is an electronic pre-installation worksheet. We don't have one for this demo, but if you have one, you could use that right now. So we're going to click Continue without EPW. And this is showing whatever we want to install right now. We want to install CM 6.2 and utility server. So we'll now click Install. And right here, you'll see your installation status screen. Now it's very important. You look down and you'll see where it says, wait for user to complete data entry. When we get to that point, a screen is going to pop up. Now it's very important that you have your pop-up blockers disabled or turned off. If you have pop-up blockers, it will give you a warning, by the way, so you can turn them off. And right here, you'll see the warning up here. So we will click over here on Options, and we will allow pop-ups. And now, here's the screen you want to see. We're going to enlarge it. Now here is our installation window. This is where the data entry they were talking about is. And this is where we're going to put the IP addresses for Communication Manager and the utility server. And now we're going to put in the IP addresses for Communications Manager. We will then give it a host name, and we'll call it CM Miami. We'll now go down to utility server, give it its IP address and its host name, and we'll call this util Miami. Now here on the lower right of the screen, you'll see a little button that says Next Step. Be aware when you're doing a true installation that you have your screen in such a way that you can see this. You may have to arrow down to it. Here we go. The next thing is, on a brand new install, we need a super user customer login. This is what this is asking for, and we're going to just have one, and we'll have the login as Avaya, and we'll give it its password. And now we will double check that the password that I put in, I matched. And now we'll click Next Step. If we were going to set up DHCP on the utility server, we could do it right here by clicking Enable and putting in your basic DHCP information, but we're not going to set this up at this time. So we'll click Next Step. This here is a summary of what we've already configured. It's going to give us a second chance to review what we've done, and if it was incorrect, we could do previous step and go backwards. Everything looks good so far, so we'll click Next Step. And this is showing you what you have not set up, but it's okay because you'll see the Install button right here. You can see that it says Install. If it was grayed out and you could not click it, that meant you had forgotten to configure some very important information that the system needs. So if it's grayed out, you would have to come down here to your previous step and go back and find what it is. We're okay right here, so we're going to click Install. And now we're back to the status window right here, or summary window, whatever you want to call it. And now we wait for the installation to complete successfully. In the real world, it's going to be a lot slower than this. We're going to cut out a lot of the waiting. You'll see some estimated time. Depending upon your server, those estimated times may fool you, so be aware of that. A typical installation takes approximately 45 minutes. All right, right now, if you look on the bottom of your screen, it says the wizard completed successfully with all green check marks, and that's what you want to see, no errors. And what we're going to do is, and if we scroll up to the top, you'll see that the template installation has completed successfully. The next step is to go over to Manage under Virtual Machine Management. Click on that. So now we can see which templates have been installed. You'll see we have CM and a utility server in addition to DOM0 and CDOM. And we can also go in and check on CM and see if it's loaded successfully here, if all the processes of CM have come up. You can click on this wrench right here. You see where the label comes up, it says Manage. You click on this wrench, and now we're going to log into the SMI or System Management Interface of Communications Manager. Just by clicking on the wrench, set me to the IP address that I configured for the template. Another way I've actually opened another browser window, put in the IP address of CM and gone in that way. And we'll log in. We're going to log in here using the Craft login. I could have also used the super user customer login that we created when we installed the template. We'll suppress the alarm to go in, click continue, and here we are. What we're going to do is go under Administration, Server Maintenance, and we're going to see if the processes are up. So what we want to do is go underneath the window here that says Server. Right here we could take a status of the condition of the server, but we want to check on the processes and make sure they all came up successfully. So we'll click on Process Status. We'll click View. And all the processes are up.